Okay folks, so here is our 10 by 16 Bancroft all set up. Just got a couple little bits of trim to finish off in here, but thought we'd come give you a tour. This thing is 16 feet wide. It's 16 feet long, 10 feet wide. That's a 9-foot wall on the front, and we have a 7-foot wall on the back. So this is our shed roof, slant roof, skillion roof, whichever you want to call it. And it's nestled here in the forest and will serve duty as the sleeping bunkie for the kids while we're up here. So let's go have a look. This is a 34-inch door. We have 32, 36, and 34-inch doors. And here's an example of a setup, at least the way we want it, with a bunk bed on this side and another bunk bed on that side. So more than enough room for a double on the bottom with a twin on the top. We have 2 of these, of course. So now we have sleeping for, each of the boys. We have 2 kids here, so they each get a bunk bed and they can have a buddy over. Or if we have company over, this will sleep a family of 4 very comfortably. But you'll notice 2 on the back here. We have 2 of our 24 by 36 windows, as well as 2 of the 24 by 36 windows at the front. So we decided to move the beds towards this side so we could have this extra height above the bunk bed. But what a beautiful space. We're super happy with how this has turned out. It's exactly what we wanted for sleeping arrangements while we're up here at the cabin. So we had this ottoman sitting around, which has worked out perfect for a little space to sit and get dressed or play your video games or whichever. It's also a little bit of space. We'll probably in one of these corners put in a direct vent propane heater, but it also makes a good space to throw your bags. And of course these beds have drawers in them too. So this will get used in 4 seasons. We do intend to heat this and use this in the winter. And of course, we're going to use it all summer. It's quite cool in here right now because we do have insulation in the, in the ceiling and the walls and the floor. This thing is very well insulated. It was a bit chilly last night, but the boys were very comfortable without a heat source. It went all the way down to 2 degrees last night, and we woke up this morning and they were both snoring away. So what a beautiful little space. We're going to be adding a little bit of light to this, and we'll just use solar to get there. We're keeping it simple up here at the off-grid cabin. And here we have the interior of the Bancroft. So we did end up building a pathway with the tractor, and right now there's just a bit of a mound and a step built with aggregate. We're going to build a little 4x4 deck off the front of that will get us up into the door there. So keep in mind when you're building your pad, this is sitting on crusher run. We do have a little bit of leveling left to do, but the building itself sits on 6x6 skids, and then this building in particular also has 2x6 floor joists. So the door sill is almost a foot off the ground. So keep that in mind, a little bit more than a foot off the ground. When you're building yours, getting your pad ready, you're going to need a step. But as you can see, we have our 6x6 skids down here. The building is sitting almost perfectly level. Just got to do a little bit of shimming, and we still have some room. I mean, we've been clearing land up here for some time. Got all this thrash and stuff will get away once we get the tractor with the grapple up here. But we're in the middle of this forest. The sun rises over here to the east, and all this deciduous forest does a really nice job of protecting the building from getting too hot as well. But with the amount of insulation in this thing, it's not going to heat up too much. So we're really happy with how this Bancroft turned out. It's exactly what we were looking for. We got rid of the little pop-up camper we used to use back here. And this building's going to serve purpose as a sleeping cabin for the next bunch of years. So this is the Highland Outbuildings Bancroft in 10 by 16. It's a popular model. We can build the Algonquin in this size too, and we can also build the Simcoe shaped building in this size as well, and we'd be happy to build one for you. And you can find us on highlandoutbuildings.com, and you can call me anytime at 705-309-9088.